All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome. It's, I guess I'll say nice not to see your faces because all I see is Sarah's. But this is a sort of awesome and auspicious occasion, I guess, that we get together happily every springtime to congratulate and acknowledge all of those, both undergraduates and graduates who are finishing their degrees and moving on to the next phase of their careers. I know a number of you, and I'm certainly happy as the director of biophysics to be part of this celebration and observation. And I want to wish you all the best. And for those of you, I don't know if there are families here, I want to give a shout out to anybody's family who is attending, and point out that it's been a very, very strange year. It's really been a whole year of effectively online courses for all of us. That's been a struggle, I know, for our students, the graduate students and undergraduate students. And it's been a lot of work for our faculty, and I'm really grateful to both sets of individuals, faculty and students, for all of the efforts and patience that they put in at making this the best possible year that we could. It's with a little bit of sadness that I come in terms of us not all being able to be together on this occasion. It's the second year this has happened. I'm fingers crossed, hoping that this won't happen next year. As you can see from my background, I at least have been able to travel a little bit and seeing my grandchildren for the first time in about 15 months. So I'm very happy to be in Southern California right now and taking part in this. So I will hand it over to Sarah Beach, who I think has a little bit she wants to share with all of us. And welcome, congratulations, a hearty congratulations to everyone, and let's go forward.
Excellent. Well, I get the, so my name is Professor Veach, and I'm Associate Director of the Biophysics program, and I get this amazing role of being able to brag about all the amazing things that you have done over the past years and really celebrate all of your accomplishments. And so thank you. Let's see here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all of our graduates this year and start with the undergrads and then go into the graduate students. But I thought I'd start off by just telling folks that might not know this, that our undergraduates are incredible. They take an enormous number of credits all over the sciences at the University of Michigan, including 4 to 5 core biophysics classes. And one key thing about our program that makes it easier for me to brag about them is that they do at least one semester of research. So we get to have them in our labs and get to know them really well and see all of their talents. The other thing that's really notable about our undergrads is that there's this active and exciting biophysics club, and we have them to thank for bringing many really of these great students into our program. So thank you guys for that too. Okay, so this is in alphabetical order. So first I wanted to congratulate Cookie Abdullah. He's worked in the Keen lab since 2019, and he's been working on contributing to our understanding of the unfolding mechanism of temperature sensing bacterial RNA and the sequence structural conservation of RNA element across various species of Listeria. He's worked also in the Frank lab, where he's used chemical shifts to inform RNA 3D structure. He's won awards. He won the 2021 ACS Undergrad Award in Physical Chemistry, and he is going to be attending Yale University as a biophysics graduate student in the fall. Congratulations, Cookie. Oh, it's so quiet, alas. Um, the next student I'd love to congratulate is Fumia Eben North. I'm sorry for mistaking people's names. Fumia worked with Troy Wymore, and he used molecular dynamic simulations to investigate the binding of inhibitors to flavin-dependent hydroxylase and to test the advanced sampling methods used in molecular dynamics. He plans to continue developing himself and his research on as in the next couple of years and as he prepares to apply for medical school. Congratulations. Yay. I'd like to congratulate Kyle next. Kyle worked also with Aaron Frank, and he used generative machine learning to develop models that can assist synthetic biologists in screening and designing novel yet functional riboswitches. According to Professor Frank, Kyle's final thesis was exceptional. The quality of Kyle's thesis is all the more remarkable given that most of the techniques he used were self-taught. And he brought a lot to the problems that he was solving himself. So congratulations, Kyle. Yay. Next to congratulate is Fiona Gaffney. Fiona worked in my lab where she helped us kind of bridge into a whole new area for the lab. She was the first to start on a new project on looking at how to measure cholesterol and how it redistributes between membranes. And because this was a new direction, we really benefited from all her optimism and hard work. And we really are gonna miss your energy and optimism that you brought to our lab. So we'll miss you. Congratulations, Fiona. Let's see. Next to celebrate is Bennett Hendricks. Bennett worked in the Walter group where he used single molecule fluorescence microscopy to probe the dynamics of transcription factor Nus-A binding to a pause transcriptional elongation complex. Bennett's planning on continuing to pursue research opportunities before he applies to medical school. Congratulations, Bennett. Next, I'd like to congratulate Varsha Kumar. Varsha has worked in labs all across campus, and she's played leadership roles in the Biophysics Club and also in interacting with faculty as a representative of the undergrad program. She's worked in a bioengineering lab on a therapeutic ultrasound technique. She worked in the Frank group to build neural network model that helps predict tertiary structure of RNAs. And she did clinical research in radiation oncology, where she used deformable registration technique on CT scans to analyze radiation dose. Outside of science, she's worked in an NGO that partners with the UN. Varsha is an incredible student, and she's going to be attending medical school at Wayne State starting this summer, and they are very lucky to have you. Congratulations, Farsha. To congratulate Punjan Moraya. Punjan worked in the Dawan Kai's lab, where he worked to understand the mRNA and protein expression dynamics of the developing fly brains. He also explored how algorithms in the scRNA-seq pipeline work using bioinformatics approaches. He plans to study medicine in the future. Congratulations, and thank you. You guys are amazing. Next is Marsunio Osano Borges. He worked in the Yang lab where he studied zebrafish embryo development. He successfully applied image processing and statistical tools to analyze cell motility and oscillatory behaviors of dissociated zebrafish cells in various mechanical conditions. He's been recognized on the Honor Roll, Atlas Scholar Merit Scholarship, and the National Merit Hispanic Scholar. Congratulations. And last of the undergrads that are graduating this year is Zach. Zach worked with Troy Wymore where he used computational quantum chemistry to investigate the addition of hydroxyl radicals to aromatic molecules and how the unpaired electron distribution could be altered by the surroundings. He's going to be attending a master's degree program starting in the fall. Congratulations, Zach. So now I just wanted to introduce kind of our graduate students who are graduating this year. You know, PhD students come into our program and spend about a year doing coursework. They have to jump through all sorts of hoops, passing exams, and then they spend the next 4 or so years working in a lab, kind of deeply immersed in their research projects, and kind of contributing to kind of all sorts of research advancements that's going on at this university. At the end of that, they write a dissertation and they have to defend it to a panel of faculty. And so we have a few people to congratulate. The first one is Alex. Alex worked in the lab of Jalukar, and where he devoted his graduate research to defining the molecular architecture of the human kinetochore using novel methodology based on Forster resonance energy transfer, which is called FRET. The kinetochore is a complex of proteins associated with the centromere of a chromosome during cell division. His work revealed not only kinetochore architecture, but also how the architecture changes in response to mechanical forces and biochemical regulation. Alex's next step involved taking a brave step into a new world. He's going to be starting postdoctoral work in Düsseldorf, Germany, and where he's switching fields to study the development of plant roots. We are very excited for you and can't wait to see what you accomplish next. Congratulations, Alex. Desmond Liu worked in the lab of Angela Violi, where he used molecular dynamics to compute the kinetics of permeation of molecules and nanoparticles across membranes. His major contribution was to develop a new model of this process that can be applied kind of across systems without having to do all the hard work he did the first time. Kind of a demonstration of the power of his model is that once the pandemic hit, he pivoted his research projects and he started looking at how using his models to study the transport properties of drugs for the treatment of COVID-19. Desmond is currently a software engineer at Google, where he also did a bunch of internships during his PhD program. Congratulations, Desmond. Chris McDonald. Chris was the first student in the lab of Randy Stockbridge, and where he spent most of his time doing his PhD work, and really helped build her now very successful lab. He's studied 2 families of proteins that are rare membrane fossils, likely in ascendance of most transporters and channels that exist today. His work combines biochemical, evolutionary, and structural approaches to understand how function changes in these family and how structural complexity arises. He's won a poster prize at the meeting for the Society of General Physiologists and was selected for a talk at the Molecular Evolution of Gordon Research Conference. Chris plans to do postdoctoral work and is currently deciding between many good options. Congratulations, Chris. So Jeff Altus was a graduate student in the Wood Lab, where he's been an adventurous and creative scientist from the start, according to Kevin Wood. His work is focused on the collateral effects associated with drug resistance, the idea that evolving resistance to one drug might lead to increased sensitivity to a different drug, which is one approach to overcoming multi-drug resistance. His work has led to 5 publications so far and laid the groundwork for ongoing collaborations with Medicine to bring these ideas to the clinic. He also was awarded a prestigious postdoctoral fellowship through the Cleveland Clinic, where he is now working to apply evolutionary principles to combat drug resistance in bacteria and in cancer. Congratulations, Jeff. Okay. The last PhD student that we want to acknowledge and congratulate is Nigel. Nigel's worked in the lab of Dao Kai, where he's worked on new approaches and a new research direction in his lab, single cell RNA sequencing, which he applied to understanding the cell type heterogeneity in the developing fruit fly brain. He's identified markers that specify distinct maturation stages of neuronal subtypes. And he's developed and commercialized web-based scRNA informatics analysis tool and a microfluidic-based RNA-seq platform. Nigel was awarded an NIH training fellowship and an MTRAC award to kickstart the commercializations efforts that he's done here. His next step, hopefully, he says, involves taking a position in industry where he will switch gears from studying neuronal development to studying how the brain fails under stressful neurodegenerative disorders. Congratulations, Nigel. Okay, so I hope that you all appreciate how amazing these students are, how much amazing work they've done, and how much they contribute to kind of our understanding of biophysics and just kind of the research program at Michigan as a whole. You guys are really amazing. We're really, really proud of you, really grateful for all of the hard work you've put in, and we're so excited to see what you guys do next. And to the families out there, which I hope there are some families out there, your children are amazing. They've done great work here. They've lifted all of us up in this last year of more challenges in research and teaching. And we really appreciate you and your support for them also in this throughout this process. So thank you, the parents. Okay. I will pass this back to you, Charlie.
All right. Well, I'm not quite sure what the rest of the agenda is, except to say that it truly is impressive to see sort of the breadth of work that's gone on by our undergraduate and graduate students as they have finished their time here at Michigan and are moving on to sort of the next platform from which they'll launch, I suspect, amazing careers, using the word amazing that Sarah always likes to use. It's great to see and hear about everyone's directions and accomplishments. I will say that I have known a number of you throughout the years, and it's been my pleasure to interact with all of you. I got to know some of our undergraduates through interactions, but some of them also in the context of their working with my associate Troy Wymore, as was noted. And I will point out that Kyle Fiona is currently working with me, and I'm enjoying his independence and hard work before he heads off. I guess it wasn't really mentioned, to medical school at Cornell Medical School in the fall. So congratulations to everyone. Congratulations to families, to partners, because we all know the huge effort that goes into support our students, to support us, to support all of this enterprise, and it's much appreciated. So thank you very much. And again, let's a huge round of applause for all of our graduating students. And is there a way that we can, I don't know whether this is my iPad, I have to admit, or whether this is the format. Is there a way to see everybody's face? Can people turn on their cameras? I don't know if Sarah's controlling that or if I'm supposed to do that here. No? Oh, there's people's faces. Great. It's very nice to be able to see people's faces. I guess that was my problem. And it's easier to talk to people when I see more than just Sarah's face, which I like to see, but I see it frequently in meetings and other things. The rest of you, I see it less so. So, one of the things I guess I was interested in is hearing a little bit from both, the graduate students who are moving on and the undergraduates about what they thought were their most challenging, but also their most rewarding experiences. And I don't know if anybody wants to volunteer. I will note that if you don't volunteer, then I might pick on you and call on you. So it's probably better to volunteer. Does anybody want to step forward? I hear somebody. Well, that's Sarah. Sarah's going to volunteer.
It's just me.
Nothing's official.
I think
yet.
we could also open it to other faculty, other mentors that are here that might want to talk, or parents or anything. I think we have not so many people here that we couldn't handle it.
I see raised a hand. Varsha, you muted your.
Oh, I was just raising my hand to speak about my experience. I think one of the most challenging and rewarding experience I had was actually TAing for Yutong. I taught I TA'd for Biophys 550 for a semester, and it was one of my favorite things that I did, because taking that lab course, I learned so much, and then like TAing it, I learned so much more. And so being involved in that process was really, really important to me, because I just learned how to do everything in like a time sensitive manner, and just working with the graduate student as well, Usha, who is great, and just learning more about what I had learned about last semester was really amazing. And so that's one of the experiences that I'm really grateful for.
I will point out that, as we've already heard, Farsha is one of these people who's involved in everything and everywhere, and I very much appreciate her contributions to interfacing with the faculty and keeping us abreast of things that were going on. I think an example, although not really an exception, I think an example of the way that many of you graduating students have participated and taken place in biophysics. You're on mute, Varsha. I don't know if you want to be on mute.
No, I'm just stopping my family from.
Oh.
They're really aggressive. I'm so sorry.
No, that's great. Aggression is cool.
It's way too quiet in here anyways.
Well, as Sarah suggested, I don't know if some of the faculty who worked with our undergraduates or who mentored our graduate students during their PhDs want to say something about the work of the student while they were in their laboratory and or their future directions. That would be great.
Darwin here, and maybe I want to say a few words to the students. I mean, I myself has been a biophysics graduate, have been there. Oh, Jim is nodding his head. He's in my committee. Jim. Yeah, I would say the words to the undergrads and graduate students that Michigan Biophysics definitely give us a very outstanding training. I think the depth and the breadth of our research here not only teach us knowledge, but also help us to understand a lot of the rigorous, and then also think bold and work hard, and what the real world of research is. And many years I have been in a biophysics program, and then until today I've been very beneficial from the biophysics program. I'm very grateful. So over the years, I mean, Kyle's today here. I don't see Pujin graduate, and also Kyle actually before he worked with you, Charlie, and he actually was working in my lab on a different project. And yeah, and then he's definitely worked very hard and very smart, and touch different aspects of biophysics. I think the strength of our program, and I really love the the interaction, and then also the diversity of our training, and then also our students' body. I've been in the last year. I have been helping out with the student seminar discussion, and I can see how much diversity that we have in the student body, as well as the research. I think we will continue moving on to that direction. And then for those who graduated, like going to medical school or grad school, undergrads, and then for the grad students continuing on research. I mean, for instance, Nigel here, even he's working in the industry, but he's focused on research related. He's leading research group in those settings. So I think we'll show how strong our program is. I think that's what I want to say. I mean, it brought me like, I don't know, 2007 I graduated. Yeah, so it really brought me back to that moment. And just unfortunately, we cannot gather together to walk the hall, go through Rackham this year. But I hope for those who's on campus, maybe you can Photoshop a few. I still see the tent, the big tent. I mean, engineering school. I mean, last weekend they still have that. I don't know whether LSNA will still have a tent somewhere, but at least take a picture in front of Rackham, and behind that our building, our physics building. That will be a nice memory to take and go through.
All right.
I
Filling
can
the
say
void.
something, Charlie, if it's okay.
Please.
Okay, so Cookie was in my my lab for a number of years now. There you are. Hi, Cookie. He has just been such an amazing student. I'm exceptionally proud of the work he did in my lab. I'm super impressed with some of the new ideas that he's come up with that we're gonna begin pursuing. And I'm couldn't be happier that you're gonna go to like RNA Mecca, Yale, for your PhD studies. So just best of luck, congratulations, and don't be a stranger.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I want to point out, I'm sure all of my faculty colleagues, know this and recognize this, but I'm not sure all of our graduate students and students understand this. Largely the reason that we are faculty and take on the tasks of teaching the courses and mentoring graduate students is that this is just an amazing opportunity for us to keep learning. I mean, we learn tremendous amounts through our interactions with you. I was thinking, actually, I got an email from Chris McDonald the other day asking me about some research ideas and thinking about when I met Chris and he came in as a beginning graduate student, watching students mature throughout their careers, whether it's their undergraduate careers or their graduate careers, is an amazing thing. And the amount that we keep learning, that I certainly learn from all of the students that I interact with, I hate to see you go. It's like seeing family go when you leave. But, as children have gone off in my family, I recognize that that's what's supposed to happen. But I very much enjoy and appreciate all that I learned from you throughout the period of time that we get to interact. So. Do we have any games scheduled, Sarah? Everybody's so silent.
I think we could let people go.
I'm Varsha's mom, and she's very embarrassed to have me speak, but I wanted to say that
She has had an amazing 4 years at your school. She only has wonderful, wonderful things to say, which just makes or tells me that you faculty members and the supporting staff are fantastic, awesome for giving my baby a great experience.
Thanks.
Okay, and I embarrassed her. That was me screaming in the background. So,
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think it's quite appropriate. That's what parents are supposed to do on these sorts of days, is they're supposed to be here to embarrass their children, because they too, you have to recognize, Varsha, all of the effort that your mom and your family have put in supporting you through these
Couldn't have done
times.
it without them. No doubt about that.
Anyways, thank you for speaking.
Kevin, did you want to say anything? I noticed you unmuted yourself a little bit ago. Yeah.
Me,
I don't
Kevin,
know.
did you
Yeah.
say?
Did you? I don't
Well,
mean
I
to
wasn't yeah, I wasn't necessarily planning to. I don't know. I may have had a joke or something I wanted to sneak in. Sometimes I unmute myself for that. I will say to the students, though, I mean, thank you for investing your time and energy and passion with us, because as other people have said, science in particular is something that, you know, requires us to work as a team, and we need and needed and continue to need your passion and time and you know, love of it. So thank you for that, and good luck to you all.
Well, given that Kevin spoke up, I will make a joke on his behalf. I think if you notice over his left shoulder is this guitar that's been sitting there. Kevin always sits in the same place and has for the last year and a half in our Zoom meetings, or a year or so in our
Even
Zoom
outside
meetings.
of the Zoom meetings.
And I always ask him whether he's learned how to play the guitar yet, and the answer is always no. But I think at some point you ought to bring that guitar forward and play it, or at least play the piano or something there for us, Kevin. I can also say that in the context of where'd Kyle go, in Kyle's room, many of the meetings that I'm at with Kyle, I see this whole wall full of these beautiful guitars hanging up there. And you know, he's told me he knows how to play as well, but he's never played for me yet. So I have to get that out of him.
He does know how to play. He played a song for 495. It was awesome for the final project there.
There you go. Okay.
I guess, hi, this is Troy. I'll say something very briefly. I just want to thank all of the undergraduate students that take Biophysics 370. Many of them were here, and many of them are still on the call. And yeah, I just want to thank you for your patience and your intelligence. And every year I think, okay, I'm going to present this molecular orbital theory, and everyone is just going to instantly understand it. And it is without fail that after that first day, well, molecular orbital theory can be a little abstract, very much so in the beginning. And I just want to thank all the students for having some patience and not running for or dropping the class. And but it is without fail that everyone leaves on that first day with a very confused look, and then generally the light comes on in the subsequent lecture. And anyway, I just want to thank you, all of you, for working through that and asking good questions and yeah, just yeah, it's all good.
Something must be going okay, Troy, because a number of them stick around and do aspects of that, you know, with you as for part of their research. And so thank you for doing that. I think maybe we may want to, unless anyone else has something they'd like to bring forward, thank everyone very much for turning out and acknowledging the accomplishments that all of you have made, and being able to see your faces, albeit virtually, for I say another time. We hope that it's not the last time. We hope to keep seeing you, and would like to have you be regular visitors, and certainly keep us in the loop about how your careers and follow on develops. And of course, let us know, especially those who have been your research mentors, what we can do to help you move forward, because I think all of us would love to do that wherever we can. So thank you everyone for coming, and have a good afternoon or evening for you guys. It's afternoon for me. My granddaughter still has Zoom school that I have to go sit with her for. So thanks everybody. See you later.